So, welcome back. My name is Kevin Barrett. I'm a health and safety professional with a mission to make health and safety and risk management easier to understand and easier to apply for everyone. I recently did a video providing some health and safety and risk management information around hiring a contractor. Another situation comes to mind, and that's like hiring a family member who may owe you money, or you think them building a sun deck might be a good way for them to work it off. Or is cousin Jim going to be in the neighborhood putting on a new roof, and he's willing to do the help, or willing to help you out by just, if you slide him a couple of bucks and buy the shingles, he'll put on the roof out for you. Now, no offense to any Jims out there. I want you to just do me a favor, stick around, and I'll tell you why you might want to think twice about hiring a family member, skilled or not, to do the work around your house where there's some inherent risk. A quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and click the notification bell below, and that way you'll get notified of new content. So once again, this is a video about some potential health and safety and risk management pitfalls that you could encounter in hiring family members. And this is to do what might be considered as moderate or high risk work around your home. I'm not talking about Junior mowing the lawn to work off that game console that he's been wanting for a long time. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, there are risks involving workers' compensation when you're hiring contractors or people to work around your home. Many of these same risks apply if you're hiring family members. Even if it's for under-the-table money or in exchange for something else, say material goods or the opportunity to work off a debt. Now, let me emphasize, I'm not a lawyer.
He's not a lawyer. He's not a lawyer. He's not a lawyer.
No, he's right. I'm not a lawyer. The purpose of this video is to address your risk as a homeowner and provide some risk management and workers' compensation, well, maybe not workers' compensation advice, but just some overall risk management advice and safety advice if you decide to hire a family member. It's important to understand, regardless of the closeness or distance or whatever state the familial bond, like your relation to your family members, might be, your family members are workers too. In most cases, they're very similar to casual workers. This doesn't mean your teenager, once again, can't mow the lawn and get that latest PlayStation. Far from it. In fact, most jurisdictions provide exemptions for family members in many circumstances, and your kid mowing the lawn is exempt. Other common exemptions are mostly based around agri-based stuff like farming, but it should motivate you to check out your local WCB authority. You can go online and do some quick research. Most WCB websites are easy to navigate and can provide you the answers with good keyword searches, such as employing family members or casual work. Having said that, they're in the service business. They would rather you pick up the phone, call them, and they can give you a lot of the information you need. I've supplied some web addresses and toll-free numbers below in the description that should help you with that research. In most cases, work around the home, unless you're going to be doing major renovations, is considered casual work. Unless you're a business, most of these rules will apply. And even so, as a business, you do need to research if you're going to hire somebody, even if it's a family member. Now, if you're renting, these rules also apply as well because you're in charge of the property. This is why you need to do your research and contact your local WCB authority, and in some cases, it's best to check with your OHS authority. The two might be separate. Having said all of these things, there are some additional stuff to contemplate when hiring a family member. Number one, what's the job? Is there a greater risk of injury because of the nature of the job? Should any worker, even if it's a family member, have special training such as fall protection? If the work is being done has some inherent risks such as roofing or working at heights, even if it's just repairing a little bit of flashing or replacing a few shingles, you're better off to hire a recognized professional. I did a previous video about that. You can click up here and have a look. And I know if you're thinking cousin Jim is a qualified roofer and has all the gear, yep, then you are hiring a professional. But with that comes some other possible risk. What if Cousin Jim isn't working for anybody at the moment and he falls off the roof? What happens? Well, besides Cousin Jim getting hurt, it also depends on some other factors. What was the duration of the job? I'll talk about that in a moment. It's also to note it's important if Cousin Jim is up there and he decides for whatever reason not to wear fall protection, and if an occupational safety officer, yeah, they're called officers, happens to drive by, that officer has the authority and the ability to stop the work. I want you to picture, what if your roof is clear of shingles, just bare plywood, no membrane, nothing, and it's due to rain in a day or two, and work gets stopped? There might be more to consider as far as the risks involved as saving a few bucks. So plan and think about it accordingly. There's consequences that you could pay for if something goes wrong. What's the time duration? Some jurisdictions, British Columbia for example, I did mention I'm Canadian, they don't require coverage for workers performing casual work depending on the duration. However, question you have to ask, is it possible that the job may extend beyond an allotted time? I'm a firm believer if something can go wrong, it will. Now, WorkSafe BC has a guideline for homeowners. If the work is going to be excess of 24 hours for total work, then you have to register with WorkSafe BC. Now, having said this, that doesn't mean it's a total like 24 hours. You can have an army of people here as long as we don't exceed 24 hours. No, it's total worker hours. That means if you hire two family members, say Cousin Jim and Cousin John, to do the work on the roof, and they each take 2 days at 8 hours a total, that means you're now up to 32 hours, which has put you over the limit. Now, skilled workers are usually very good at estimating jobs. However, homeowners, maybe not so much. Ontario, the WSIB's site notes that homeowners are only required to register if casual workers they hire are going to exceed 24 hours total in a week, or if they share that worker with another homeowner and the total duration is in excess of 24 hours a week. So once again, two things. Number one is Junior working off that new console. That's still okay. Number two is consider the duration. So in short, just to summarize everything and put all of these points together, what's the job? What's the worst consequence, or what's the inherent risk we're looking at? Does that worker require some special training? Are there risks involved? You might want to hire a professional. What's the expected duration of the job? If you don't know how to plan it, once again, hire a professional. And what's your jurisdiction? Some jurisdictions, casual workers are totally exempt, but it's important for you to look it up. Don't hesitate to call your WCB offices and insurance agents to ask questions. It might be some of the best calls you'll ever make. Hey, we're done. Once again, if you like the video, please click and let me know. If you didn't like the video, well, you're likely going to click anyway, but please leave a detailed comment as to why. So that's all for now. I look forward to bringing you some more content and, of course, receiving your feedback. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click the button below and ring the bell, and you'll get notified of new content when I put up new stuff. And I want you to remember, always be thinking, talking, and doing safety. That way we provoke safety at home and in the workplace. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.